Hey everyone, Froe here. Welcome back to another Let's Play episode. I got some exciting news to share. The RPG data pack that we started this world with has been updated to 26.2, and we've installed it. So currently, we have speed now permanently because of our elytra, which is pretty cool. Oh, I miss this so much. I've missed this so much. Do we get jump? Jump boost? Jump boost? We do? Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. I grew so accustomed to that. When building these buildings, it was actually really frustrating. I thought about bringing a beacon over and giving myself jump boost just to build these, because, oh, man, you guys have no idea. If you've never tried building with jump boost, or just playing with it in general, do it. It changes the game in a huge way. But yeah, there's a couple boss mobs that are trapped down below. I wanted to give them a fight. Just kind of relive the glory days of this old data pack here. And also see if we can get any cool loot. We have pretty good stuff, so it's going to be hard to one-up what we currently have. But, you never know. You can always hold out hope. Okay, it looks like it's, they're right there. So it's a Abyss Watcher, or it's two of them, and then the Butcher. So those are pretty strong mobs. Oh, this is probably a bad spot. Okay, so the Abyss Watchers, I don't think can swim, but the Butcher can. Oh boy, okay, that was that was a strong hit. Okay. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. All right. So we're gonna be able to fight the Butcher, it looks like. All right, so we have Absorption 5. We have Regeneration and Saturation. And then we have a Regen 2. So we should be pretty good. Oh, and resistance. Let's put that on too. Okay, he's almost here though. Oh, goodness. Okay. Actually, we're going to run away. That took a little while to drink, which is a problem with the leg. I'm going to have to investigate that. Yeah, he is incredibly fast, so we have to watch out for that. All right, one more potion and then we can start fighting. Okay, now we have a little buffer. I'm going to heal up. Heal. Okay. Oh, he disables the shield. That's dangerous. Oh, I don't even have my axe out. What a fool. Nice, we got him. Okay, he wasn't actually as tough as I was thinking he was going to be. Granted, we do have the cleaver, which is probably the best weapon you can get. Oh, cool. Cool, those are nice chain. Too bad it's chest plate. Sweet. Well, it's just like the old days. Well, that was a fun fight. I think, you know what we should do now is head to Death Island. I just want to kind of check the area out. So, when the old data pack stopped updating a few years ago, we've continued to play the game since. And basically what ended up happening is before we stopped using the data pack, I came to Death Island and I basically farmed a bunch of dungeons. And so there's a bunch of dungeons below ground still that we haven't cleared out fully. Like we got most of the good gear, but there's still a lot of kind of less good gear available. But there's also all these mob spawners kind of all over the area. And as you can see, they're spawning mobs. And we just got a wither skull, which is hilarious. I don't like that, so we'll probably have to break these unless we can disable them somehow. But I don't think torches are working, obviously. Maybe they are. Let's just wait and see, I guess. No, okay, so it's still spawning mobs, and it's actually spawning the legendary ones too. Whoa, okay, like that. What was that? A legendary something? Okay, and another boss mob. So, yeah, we definitely don't... I mean, maybe we want to keep them around, I guess. Or my rockets, all my hoppers all jumbled up. We had a legendary creeper explode here as a boss mob when I first started testing things out. But yeah, over here was a farm I made actually just a few days ago before I discovered the updated version of the data pack. And so basically I cleared out this dungeon of all the mud brick. And then these were just spawning armor stands, which I would plumb up to here, and then I'd have a dispenser, which blew up in a creeper explosion, but I would have a dispenser then shoot arrows at the armor stands to break them. So we have, like, just in testing the farm, we have a ton of armor stands. And I was going to just make a cool little armor stand factory. I thought that would be fun. But now it's generating mobs and the boss mobs. So we, again, probably don't want to be using this. But I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it up to you. What do you guys think? Should we make a farm out of this or should we not? All right, that was a lot of fun, but it's time to move on to the meat and potatoes of today's episode. Currently, we're on the Illusioner Tower, which we built last time. And, we're kind of working on finishing up this area of the base of the island. Right, it's pretty much done. The only thing we really have to do is probably clean up just some of the edges of the coastline here, add a few more details, build that statue, and also finish off Turtle Island over here, which originally we were going to build a tower here, and we were going to make this like the epicenter of breeding turtles. But I'm thinking we're going to build that somewhere else on the island, and instead just turn this into, instead of Turtle Tower, just Turtle Island. We're just going to turn it all into sand, maybe put like a palm tree or something on here, and breed some turtles, or lay some turtle eggs, and call it good. Ooh, all right. That actually took a lot more time and sand than I was thinking it was going to. I had to lay all of this sand down here to get kind of that smooth look. And, I didn't really do a great job sloping this. I kept it pretty basic. But I was thinking we could probably make it blend in well and decorate it with just adding some seagrass. I know the turtles like that. I think that's how you breed them. Like making them lay an egg. And it just looks good. I forgot that you can use bone meal to do this. Whoops. Whatever, not a big deal. We had the grass to use anyways. Except for I guess we could have used it to breed the turtles. Alright, let's take a look at how it looks. Pretty good. Like I said, the slope isn't, it's just pretty one-dimensional. But with the grass laid, it looks, decent enough. Let's go ahead and start building a bridge. That's kind of the tricky part because the road's there. I think the bridge will make it to, I suppose, here, so we can extend the island out like a so. Actually, let's lay these eggs first, right? So we'll do 4 there, 4 here, and 4 there. I believe like all 4 of those turtles will hatch at the same time if we bundle them up like that. So that's kind of efficient. And then for this, we're going to use spruce. Maybe we start with just getting kind of the general shape down. Kind of something similar to that. Looks decent. It's symmetrical. It's even. It's not too bad. Maybe we need to drop some stairs down there and... Oh, okay, yeah. That's not looking too bad so far. Ta-da! Here we go. It's, it's a basic bridge. Doesn't need to be fancy. I did extend it 1 block longer on each side so we can get a little more of a smooth curve in there. And I think it's pretty comfortable, right? It definitely feels like a little arch bridge. Now that we've built it out of wood, I feel like we should have done stone. A little stone arch bridge is always kind of cute, but that's all right. This is cute too. And then we're just going to kind of adjust this path over here. And I'm excited to get this part of the island. Actually, wait. Before I finish that thought, should we do this path or should we do this type of path? It's a pretty obvious answer. We got to do this kind of path. We can do a skinnier version of it, but we still have to do this kind. It just matches better. But yeah, once we get this area kind of finished up, I'm excited to map it out. We'll have an updated map of the world, a different detail level than the world maps we did for the Red Tower. And for those, we're mapping like the whole known world. Whereas, oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Whereas for this type of mapping, we just want to map out the island itself. But first, obviously, we have to finish this corner of the island, which I think actually we have done. And so like the path, like everything from now on is going to be all brand new. We have the Illusioner's Tower, which I like it. It's definitely a different build. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb in the island. But it's kind of hidden behind buildings and stuff, so I think it looks decent enough. And we got like some nice decorated paths, the kelp farm, and then continuing this way we have this path feels a little busy. I almost feel like I need to get rid of some of these bushes. But continuing on, we have our mooshrooms, and we have where we're going to do Operation Pokemon, and then Mud Brick Pillar. Every build needs to have one of these. And here, here's how you get to the Illusioner Tower. And then we have the Turtle Island just around the corner this direction. A cool little tree. I really like having these in the centerpiece of like the intersection of paths. Always creates a cool vibe. Got a cute little bridge, and then boom, here we are, Turtle Island. The eggs have not really progressed at all, but the island itself looks pretty good. I'd say it's good. I'm happy with it. I like the seagrass. I like that it's all sand, but up above here, I snuck in some sandstone blocks to add some texturing. I know like in beaches that I've been to before, they'll have like these tall grasses that kind of line the sandbar. Not that this next necessarily needs to mirror that, but that's kind of why we have these planted here. And then the bushes just add some color, which I think is necessary. Whoop, didn't mean to step on you. All right, I just wanted to give a quick aerial view of the finished kind of corner of the island. It's crazy how much progress we've made just in about a month of work. This whole area, I mean, just think, for 6 years, this whole area has just kind of been here. We finally filled it in. And now it's crazy, right? Like, you can basically go from here, like this side of the island, this coast, almost all the way down to the other coast on this side of the island, which is, I don't know, it's got to be a couple hundred blocks. Anyways, now that that corner of the island is done, we should map out the whole thing. I'm not exactly sure at what resolution we want to map it out at, but we're going to start our mapping here because these statues are also considered the center of the world. That's what that lodestone is there. This is Marcelesco's statue. And so this is where we're going to center our new map on. And maybe we do it... So it'd be cool to do it at this scale. It would just be a very large map, but I mean, it would be a really cool map too. So let's do it. Let's just go at this scale. All right, I just did a couple of maps just to get an idea of the scale of this thing, and it's going to be massive. Right, this is just one small chunk. I think we're probably going to need probably a whole nother layer of item frames all the way around. So we might have to move kind of where we set up here. But basically, all we're doing is just walking around and using this map to kind of guide us. So I know what I need to do now is kind of head this direction. There we go. And then just head north of here into the potato field. Spud's field. Whoops. Sorry, Spud. Trampling on your crops. It's that dang jump boost that I talked about earlier. And once we're here, we can just create our new map. Make sure we fill in every little corner. Awesome. And then just kind of walk around as we do this. Oops, breaking more crops. Don't worry, I'll go back and fix those. Once we're on the edge here, we can make a new map. Make sure we fill that one in all the way. Here's going to be the villager village. And then go down south a little bit and do another map there. This is going to be where we put our Emerald ATM machine. And I actually just recently revamped this whole thing. So like all of this is brand new, and I'm going to show it off in the near future here. Get another map going. And then we'll fly back and place them and just make sure that we're lining everything up correctly. Oop. that's looking pretty good so far. This is definitely a tedious task, not super enjoyable to record or anything, but we're making it work. I'm kind of figuring out a pattern for how to best do this. Basically, you just pick a either north-south direction or an east-west. Gotta make sure we're staying lined up here. There we go. I think we can make one here. You pretty much just pick one direction, and then you just make that entire row of maps. Oh man, this isn't gonna quite get to the island. We want to make sure we map the Turtle Island too. Otherwise, all that work will be for nothing. There it is. Beautiful little Turtle Island. Oop, oop, let's bring it back up. There we go. Beautiful little Turtle Island. But yeah, basically what I meant by that is, for example, we need to fill in this row, or this column, I guess, depending on how you look at it. So we're going to steal this map, go to the point in the world where that map is, which I think is somewhere over here, somewhere. Looks like that's the Nether Hub, maybe? Yep, there it is. We need to look north, so that's the north direction. So we know we need to go that direction. Just a bit here. Doesn't have to be far. Right about here's perfect. Make our map. And then now we can go north, make another map. And let's make sure we fill these in too. So this one's almost done. Fill in that map, and then go south and fill in the rest of the row. And then once you have all that done, you can come back here and place some. Maps are kind of a pain in the butt to place, because to place some, you need to have them in your hand, but when you have them in your hand to place them, they cover up the whole spot. So that's a bit of a pain. But I think this is right. Something like this. Yeah, it's definitely coming together. We need one more here. Fill in some of these bottom ones. And then the only question we have is how far north do we want to explore too? I was planning on mapping out the north part of the island because I spent a lot of time grassing it up over here. Like pretty much all of this, starting from this soon-to-be mountain, and all of this over here is now grass, which is pretty big chunk. I mean, it was like 10 shulker boxes worth of grass we placed. And then I also went through and I cleared a bunch of the mushrooms from this area. So that's looking pretty good now, right? I mean, it's pretty crazy when you pop down here and you look around. If you didn't have these mushrooms, you would never know that this was a mushroom island. Except for that there's mushrooms over there, obviously. But, you know, if you just ignore those little bits in the distance and look all around otherwise, it's a pretty incredible amount of space that we've prepared for ourselves here. I mean, seriously, look at all this. This is insane. Most of this was grass before, but I think pretty much all of from like this line up is now grass, and we didn't quite get all of it. If we had a couple more maps here, we'd see that there's a little more grass on the north side. That mountain we showed off is right here. And obviously we have this huge area we still got to clean up. But that's the nice thing of Forever Worlds. We have time to do stuff like that. And then this is the newest part of the island that is finished up. There's just one little area right there that I didn't quite get to because I wasn't sure if I wanted to reserve that spot for Operation Pokemon or not. But that's okay. Overall, the map is awesome. And our world is just coming together great. Eventually, we're going to have to tackle this ginormous project of the moss farm and then kind of branching off our base this direction. I think not here, but just if we kept mapping out further to the what is that, east? That we would find, is that the east? Yeah, that's east. We would find that we have more mushroom islands here too that we need to grass up eventually. Yeah, super happy with this. We ended up making it a 7x7. So keeping that odd block formula, that'll make it so that this map is super versatile. And I guess in theory, we could like chunk it up. So like if we wanted to take a smaller part of this and display it somewhere, we easily could. and I just don't know where to put this. Maybe we'll just place it, maybe we'll just keep it here for now. At least until we have a good place to put either the whole map or parts of it or some combination. I was thinking it'd be cool to build a library building to house our collection of maps, but, you know, we got a long to-do list still to work on. I just wanted to show off Turtle Island one more time. Right, it's looking pretty darn good. We are going to be ending the episode here. I'm just going to fly over to Death Island quickly. I wanted to just kind of talk about an idea I have about it. Basically, we have those mob spawners, right, that we showed off way in the beginning of the episode. And I do not like the idea of using them as a mob grinder. I don't want to cheese the game. I don't want to get loot unfairly. We already have way stronger armor and tools and everything than like normal vanilla Minecraft, so we don't need even more of an advantage or anything like that. But since these spawners will spawn the boss mobs too, maybe we could create a system to automatically filter out these normal mobs and then keep just the boss ones, and then we could build like an arena or something and do boss battles here. That was the original intention of Death Island, was to be the place to do boss battles with like a coliseum or something built in the middle. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that idea, and hey, I really appreciate all the feedback you guys have given me. Since I started making videos again, I've just been given super positive feedback. People have left really great comments, and your kindness is just awesome. So thank you for watching, and thank you for the feedback. We're going to be ending it here, so thank you. You guys have a nice one. Bye-bye.